Rain when it starts to pour, you can't stop the rain. This crazy motherfucker. You start to clear. Oh, it starts to pour.
What it do? What it do? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. And when you come in the building, make sure that you smash on the like button and then jump in the comments and let me know you in the building. Yeah. They can't stop the rain. They can't stop it. Some God salute. What's happening with it? Dwayne Freeman, what's good with it? Miss Sheena, the queen in the building. John Kramer, what's happening with it? Thomas Reed, what's happening with it? Mr. DBMH, what's happening with it? Big Texas ATX, Cletus Smith, what's good with it? Salute. Yeah, you know, we're going to have another great show for you today. Another great show for you today. And like I said, as you come in the building, make sure that you smash on the like button. Make sure that y'all smash on that like button. Anyway, what's popping with y'all? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? So anyway, like I said, as y'all come in the building, make sure that y'all hit that like button, you know, so they can send out my notifications. Because I can see that now they not sending out my notifications like that today. But you know how they do. And man, we got a hell of a weekend of fights. You know, we got Emma Williams. You know, we got Joseph Diaz, and we got Devin Haney, Devin the Dream Haney. Is Devin Haney gonna go out there and do something special? Is he gonna do something to Joseph Diaz? You know, is he gonna do something special to Joseph Diaz? That's what everybody really looking for. That's what everybody really waiting on. Knockout Boxing 86 TV, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Yeah, so you know, we got a great week of fights. Cassandra Mason, the queen in the building. Big John, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Yeah, so you know, I was supposed to go out there and cover the fights this weekend, but I ain't gonna be able to make it. So, you know, I hate that I'm not gonna be able to make it. But you know, we here. I'm gonna be right here with y'all. DP Rocker, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Yeah, so lot going on. You know, I want to start off. Let's talk about Adrian Broner real quick. Let's talk about AB because I continue to hear AB. Well, I continue to see AB, Adrian Broner. If you follow him on Instagram, it's like, and he do this every week. One week he'll say, I'm about to take boxing serious again. I'm training and I'm doing this, and that, right? And then you don't hear from him, but then you see him like posting things like eating bad and drinking. And then the next week, he like, man, my bad, man. I'm finna take boxing serious again. I'm gonna get back to training again. And he do this consecutively every week. Like he do this every week. One week is boxing. The next week is, drinking and doing everything else he do. Do y'all see any light at the tunnel for Adrian Broner? I mean, is there any light at the tunnel for AB? That's what I want to know. Is there any light at the tunnel for Adrian Broner? What's happening with it? Lord to the game, boxing talk. Kwame East in the building. What's happening with it? Kwame, salute. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. AB, it's like he fighting with his own self. You know what I'm saying? And like the people around him, it looked like they seem like they don't want to tell him, like, man, you pretty much need to give it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't in it no more. You ain't in it no more. And we look at the because AB, it's like he already been at the top of the hill, right? He already been at the top of the hill. So what you gonna do now? You can't become a journeyman or you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do now? If we look at the top of the 140-pound division, is there anybody on there that he could beat? Real talk. Even if we're looking at the middle of the pack of the 140-pound division, like let's see, Barbosa. Like, can he beat any of them dudes? At 147, if you go to the bottom of the pack, can he beat a Ivan Redcatch or somebody like that? And he keeps saying that he gonna become champion again. But that's cool to talk it, but you need to be able to put in the work to do that. And he's just not doing that. His focus is way, way, way gone. And will it ever come back, especially at this age that he's at now? Can he ever get that focus back? Can he ever get all of the time that he lost back? He can't get that back. Knockout say, hopefully there is light at the end of the, he said, at the end in terms of him getting his life together. As far as boxing, he said, as far as boxing goes, he's done. How I see it, man. Like, as far as boxing, nah, he need to just focus on getting his personal life together because boxing ain't it. Knockout Boxer 86 says, I got AB losing to someone like Adrian Granados right now, bro. It's bad, homie. Yeah. I don't see him beating nobody, none of them dudes. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I really, really don't. I really don't see him beating, like, even the middle of the pack. I don't see him beating nobody in the middle of the pack either. And that's bad. You know what I'm saying? That's real bad when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? That's real bad when you think about it, is because it's like, man, come on, AB. Come on, AB. He came too long and did too much in his career to be at this point, early on in his career. Early. And Adrian Broner's not that old. You know what I'm saying? What is AB, like 31? What does he be out, like 30, 31? You know what I'm saying? He came way too long. So he needs to really focus on his life before, his life really spiral out of control. more than what we already seen. DP Rocket says, Keon, I'm telling you, there's always been downfall for Cincinnati boxers. If y'all know the history of all fighters, it's great, but the flip side is unreal. Timmy Austin, Ricardo Williams. Yeah, you right, man. I do know that history. And it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. A lot of them Cincinnati boxers, they just can't. I don't know if it's a curse or what it is, you know. Look at Aaron Pryor had a very, very great career for the time that he was in it. You know what I'm saying? For the time that he was on top, man, he had a great career. And then when it went downhill fast and spiraled all out of control. We all know, you know, Aaron Pryor's story. If you don't, you know, he got bad on drugs and everything. So the good thing about Adrian Broner is that at least he hasn't, you know what I'm saying, went down the road of getting, you know what I'm saying, strung out on drugs. But I mean, alcohol ain't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't better. You know what I'm saying? When you going on 3 and 4 month drinking binges, that's not better. So, you know, I don't know what's up with AB. Do anybody in here see any light at the end of the tunnel as far as boxing when it comes to Adrian Broner? Y'all see him getting lucky beating anybody with a belt at 140 pounds, a vacant belt, anything. I don't see it. G5 Gabe, what's happening with it? Salute to G5 in the building. Smooth Groove, boxing straight from that Oak Cliff. What's happening with it, Smooth Groove? Salute. Loyal to the game, boxing talk. My man Kwame East in the building. Make sure that y'all go sub to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. And make sure that y'all go sub to Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk. Yeah. Waldeck 357 said he always wanted to see Adrian Broner against Thurman. Yeah, Thurman would have did that boy bad. I don't know why you want to see that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us wanted to see things for Adrian Broner and wanted to see him beat certain people more than he really did. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people wanted to see it and believed that AB could do things that he really couldn't do. Adrian Broner could never beat no Keith Thurman. If y'all had to put AB and Keith Thurman in the ring back then, like that shit would have been real ugly. You know what I'm saying? It would have been real ugly. Keith Thurman is way too active for Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? He hit too hard. Once AB get hit, you know, he gonna shell up. And he already don't throw no punches anyway. You know what I'm saying? He already don't throw no punches anyway. Oh, yeah, John Kramer. Yeah, y'all know what that is. You know what I'm saying? That Mary J. Blige, that Ghostface Killer. Y'all remember that? Man, that Ghostface album was, man. Like back then, real talk, Wu-Tang was putting some of the best music out. That Raekwon only built for Cuban links. Then Ghostface came with his. You know what I'm saying? ODB, man. His solo album, that shit was a classic.
Because you lost the reality of yourself. So take one stroll through your mind and see what you will find. And you see your whole universe all over again and again.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know, I want to see AB do good. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him do good. I would love to see AB, you know what I'm saying, get back and become, you know what I'm saying, that dude that was in the corner with his daddy brushing it. Hey, daddy, brush my hair, daddy. hey, daddy, hey, and you know, AB be looking like that. Bruce Goes, what's happening with it? OG, Bruce Goes in the building. Hey, Bruce Goes, I'm gonna have to come on the show with you, man, and we're gonna have to talk about some old school, NWA, WWF, Mid-South Wrestling. I'm gonna have to come on the show, man. I heard you say you be talking about wrestling, man. I grew up on all of that. G5 Gay said his favorite rapper is Rakim. Homie was ahead of his time. Yeah, Rakim was stupid nice. Definitely. Hey, yeah, John Curry, like, AB, what is you doing, dog? Why you making that face? Hey, yeah, man. Imagine what Adrian Broner would do if he could jump in the hot tub time machine and go back to the can man and man, imagine what that would do for boxing. That's what boxing is missing. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is missing somebody like Adrian Broner that could fight, was exciting, and that would give you just to put on the show and give you the excitement after the fight. We was all waiting to hear and to see what Adrian Broner was going to say and what he was going to do after the fight. We ain't got that in boxing right now. We need a showman like that in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Look at we had it with Roy Jones. Roy Jones not only could perform in the ring and do shit spectacular that you've never seen before, when he got on that mic, it was going to be a whole nother show after the fight. Y'all must have forgot. When Roy Jones would grab that microphone after his wins, he was going to put on a whole nother show. And it kept you, and it left you fiending to see him fight again. Not only because he had the ultimate skills in the ring, because you want to hear the shit that he was going to say afterwards. We missing that now. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys, they try to do it, but it's not natural. They ain't naturally like that. So it come off different. You know what I'm saying? It just don't come out natural. You know what I'm saying? And when it's not natural, people can see that. People can see when you just trying too hard. So yeah, we need that in boxing. That's what the game is really missing. And we always talk about how these fighters is moving different nowadays. They built different, but we need a showman in boxing. Somebody that's going to put on the show, talk that talk, it just give you all around excitement. You know what I'm saying? AB was on another level because he could talk shit like Floyd, but then he was a lot more funnier than Floyd. Floyd was never funny like that. But yeah, I just thought about it because I see him on his stories all the time, and it's like one day he dedicating his life to boxing, the next day he dedicating his life to the streets and drinking, and it's just, I don't know. You see everything starting to fall apart, and once it get out of control, it's gone. Ain't no really coming back. Nah, AB Daddy never trained him, DP Rocker. He was just, be in his corner, but he never trained him. AB Daddy he never held the mitts. He never did none of that. That was Mike Stafford and the team that Mike Stafford had around him. Yeah, AB Dad was never a trainer. AB Dad just seemed like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know their relationship, but from the outside looking in, it just seemed like that AB's pop was just happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? coming from the streets and to be able to get some money like that. You know what I'm saying? Being around his son in the limelight, you know, like that. You could tell that AB dad never, you know what I'm saying, never really was able to tell him shit. Never probably tried to tell him nothing. Like I said, he was just there, happy to be in that limelight with AB. Lee Dree Stevenson, you probably, if you asking me what this beat is, you probably way too young to even know what this is, dog. So I mean, you know, don't even ask. Uh Oh yeah, John Kramer. Tell everybody in the barbershop I said salute and much blessings. I need to be in the barbershop right now myself to tell you the truth. Speaking of a barbershop, but I'm gonna wait to Friday. I'm gonna wait till Friday to get right. But yeah, anyway, you know what I'm saying? Moving on. Devin, I'm not giving no prediction for that fight because I couldn't give a damn about that fight. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes could go over there and halfway kill themselves if they want to. I don't give a damn about that fight. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I hear you, Lee Stevens. But yeah, salute to you, Lee Stevenson. Lee Stevens. But yeah. So Jermall Charlo, man. Let me before we get to getting the, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna wait for some more people to get in the building and before we get to really cooking, because like I said, people come in the building and then they want you to ask what we talking about and all of that. So Jermall Charlo, right? What's next for Jermall Charlo? You know what I'm saying? He had a big fight on the table with David Benavidez. He don't want to fight him. Canelo went a different route. He had he didn't want to fight Dudu Andrade. Like who else? Well, I mean, who can Jermall Charlo fight? And I mean, they got a name because he already ran out of his no-name opponents. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Let me look at the middleweight division because Jermall Charlo, he needs to fight somebody or move up to 168, straight up and down. Let's look at the middleweight rankings. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up so we can all look at it. Damn.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna share the screen so y'all can see it. Share the screen so y'all can see this too. All right, let me see. So you got this guy. Let me see if this is updated. Is this old? This is up to date. So the Ring magazine is vacant. Okay, so this is the WBO. Of course, we got Demetrius Andrade. He ranked number 1 because he got the belt in the he got the WBO belt. We got Jaime Munguia. He don't want to fight nobody. But why is Jermall Charlo not calling him out? He need to be. We got. I don't even know how to say this dude's name right here. I don't know how to say his name. We got this dude. He from Brazil. He 28-0. Let's see what he looking like. Getting all these pop-ups. Esquiva Velázquez. I don't even know how to say his name, but he 28-0. I ain't never heard of him. He ranked number 3 in the WBO, number 4 in the IBF, and he ranked number 8 in the WBC. I never heard of this dude. If one of y'all ever heard of this dude and know something about him, let me know, because I don't know nothing about him. See who else in the middleweight division. Golovkin ain't gonna fight him. We already know he fighting Murata. So the ring, let me see. Hold on. Look at this. I like the Jermall Charlo and Chris Eubank Jr. fight, but I think Chris Eubank, he got a fight coming up. He actually got a fight already. Let me see who in the middleweight division. Because we know that Triple G don't want to fight him. He don't want to fight nobody. We know that Jaime Munguia don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? They're protecting him like a fragile package. Murata fighting Triple G, so let them do whatever they want to each other. They ain't trying to fight nobody. We seen Demetrius Andrade. He just beat Liam Williams not too long ago. The only fight is right here. Right there. You know what I'm saying? Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, but he didn't want that fight. And now the WBO then pretty much gave Jermall Charlo a way out because they didn't mandated Demetrius Andrade to fight. Where is he at? There he is right there. I can't say his name, but yeah, we was talking about him yesterday. That's it. Jermall Charlo needs to move up. Ain't nothing at 160 pounds for him. It's nothing there. Move up. We see 100. Ain't nobody with a name at 160. Murr says Falco, or however you say his name, the dude from Brazil, he said he fought on the Fulton undercard. I didn't watch all them fights I saw the Gary Antonio Russell and I saw Stephen Fulton. That's the only fights I watched, so I didn't even see him because it was other stuff on. Like we had the DAZN cards on. You know what I'm saying? We had Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos, and then we had the Triller event that was on. So I didn't even watch that fight. But like I said, yeah. I mean, it's nothing at 160 pounds for Jermall Charlo. The guys that do have a name, they've made it clear that they're not going to fight him. So why is he still at 160? What big fights can you get at 160 if you're not willing to fight Demetrius Andrade? I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Like, if he's not willing to fight Demetrius Andrade, why is he still at 160 pounds? It ain't like that, he's a small guy. No. First of all, if you look at him, I've been around Jermall Charlo in person on several occasions. If you see Jermall Charlo, you look at him and wonder how he makes 160 pounds. If he was at 168, you would look at Jermall Charlo and be like, damn, how this big dude make 168 pounds? So don't tell me he shouldn't be going up to 168. Dead Game Boxing say he don't want to drop the belts. What are those belts doing for him though? Just to be able to walk around and say that he's the champion? It ain't getting him no big fights. It ain't doing nothing for him. If Canelo does go back to 168, he got to fight Canelo at 168, so he going to have to drop the belt anyway. That WBC belt don't mean shit. All he's doing is walking around paying. See, that's what people don't understand. These fighters are paying to have these belts. All you're doing is walking around with a belt that you're paying for. It ain't getting you no big fights. It's not doing nothing for you. Nothing at all. At 168, you got Caleb Plant. You got your old nemesis, Daniel Jacobs. You got Canelo if he come back down. You got David Benavidez. You even got guys like Andre Darrell. I mean, we could go on and on. Why are you still at 160 when these fighters like Murata and Triple G and Jaime Munguia, when they not gonna fight you? Like they've made it clear those fights ain't gonna happen because they ducking you just like you ducking David Benavidez. Won't you go to 168 and try to get it popping with Caleb Plant or somebody? Won't you go whoop on Daniel Jacobs? Y'all got beef from way back. People ain't forgot about that. I don't understand when, like I said, I just pulled up 160. Who you gonna fight? You had a chance to actually, I believe he had a chance at one point. They was talking about making him and Chris Eubank, and then he ended up fighting somebody. I think he ended up going fighting was it Brandon Adams? I think he went and ended up fighting Brandon Adams. And I like Brandon Adams. He's a tough fighter, but he's a 154-pound fighter. He's not a middleweight. Roxanne, he said he's scared of Danny Jacobs. At this point in Danny Jacobs' career, I don't think nobody's scared of Danny Jacobs. But it wasn't the fight that he was pressing to make. Catman 785 say Charlo's a really big dude in between fights. I'm 6'3", 230, and I took a pic with him, and dude damn near my size. I'm not lying. Like I was telling these people, this dude Charlo, I've been around him playing. Dude is big as hell. You see Catman 785, he say he's 6'3", 230 pounds, and he said Jermall Charlo is damn near his size. And that's a fact. I'm telling y'all. Jermall Charlo is big. I don't know how. I do not see how he makes 160 pounds. We talking about a weight bully. If y'all knew how big Jermall Charlo was in person, man, please. Michael Kidd J says Jermall Charlo versus Berlanga would be fun. Yeah, that would be a action-packed fight, but that's a fight that wouldn't happen because Berlanga, he's still up and coming, he's still young, and he's with top ranking. Sir Bob would never let that take place. Yeah, Roxanne, Danny did, or who said that? Big John. Yeah, Danny did press him, but that was years ago. That was when Danny Jacobs was still he was still like that. You know what I'm saying? That's when Danny Jacobs was still on that level, but that was what, 2017? Yeah. And like I said, now I don't think it's nobody that's afraid to get in the ring with Danny Jacobs now, but I don't know what's up with Jermall Charlo. What is he doing? Y'all smash my like button. Y'all hit the like button so they can get this stream out. Y'all make sure that you smash the like button. Smash on my like, because there's gonna be some cooking in here today. Juan Ramos, what's happening with it? Salute. He said he could fight Lara. But Lara, I don't know what's up with Lara because we pulled up the ranking system and they didn't even really have Lara in there. But yeah, he could fight Lara, but I don't know if Lara back with Ronnie Shields? Because I heard somebody tell me that Lara was back with Ronnie Shields. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If he is, let me know. That would be a hell of a fight. And they got a story behind it. They was with the same trainer. I don't know if Lara's back with Ronnie Shields, but somebody said that. Yeah, see, I don't know. Somebody got to let me know if Lara is back with Ronnie Shields. If not, that's a fight that they can make happen. And they need to try to work on making that fight happen ASAP. ASAP. Because Lara was talking about how he used to, do y'all in sparring. Both you and Jermell Charlo. He said he used to put hands on y'all. So some got to give. You know what I'm saying? Some got to give. Like Jermall Charlo, like I said, you can't just sit around and fight Rudy Poot after Rudy Poot begging one of these fighters like Triple G to give you a fight when they done made it clear that they're not going to fight you. You got a belt and they still don't want to fight you. I mean, what more needs to be said? So, yeah, I don't know. What's up with Jermall Charlo? I have no idea. He need to do something. You know what I'm saying? He need to do something. He need to do something fast. Because if they announce his fight and it's another Rudy Poot ass fight, I don't even want to hear. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Only thing I'm going to talk about is getting on your helmet for it. Other than that, nah. Bumpy Thompson said Lara put hands and feet on Canelo too. Nah, he actually didn't. I did have Lara winning, but he ain't put no hands and feet on. On Canelo. That was a fight. It was very close. I had Canelo winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? I felt that Canelo should have won that fight, but they gave it to Canelo. It was a close fight. It wasn't no robbery. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a robbery, but it was a close fight that I had Lara winning. But he ain't put no hands and feet on him. Come on, Bumpy Thompson. Hey, we stretching that. But Juan Ramos say they should make the co-main event. He said they should make that co-main with the Undisputed fight. He got to do some male putting in work. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Jermell Charlo, like, it's funny because y'all remember when at one point in time, everybody was talking about Jermall Charlo, right? It was like, he's the big bro, the big Charlo. That's what they call him. Big Charlo, man. Big Charlo, he the best out of he way better than Mel. Big Charlo this and and he had that buzz. And all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? And Jermell Charlo didn't like that. He ain't like that shit. Jermell Charlo was in the background and he would get pissed off when people would say shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he wears hard on his sleeve. And you seen it in him a few times. He didn't like that it was Jermall Charlo. Mel didn't like that. But see, Mel, you know what I'm saying? He took action. He didn't like that shit and he did something about it. He was like, you know what? I'm going to make these big fights. I'm going to fight these guys that they say that I'm afraid to fight. I'm going to make these big fights and I'm going to make it happen. And that's what Jermell Charlo did. So when you speak about Jermell Charlo, you can't speak about him not fighting the best in the ring. You can't speak about saying, oh, well, Jermell Charlo didn't do this, or Jermell Charlo was, or he needs to be. You can't say that about Jermell Charlo. That's why I always stress and tell people, stop saying the Charlos. You know what I'm saying? Because the ignorant shit that Jermell Charlo say outside of the ring, Jermall Charlo don't say a lot of that coon shit, right? The ducking that Jermall Charlo do outside and inside the ring, Jermell Charlo don't do it. So they two different people. We got to stop putting them together. I always say that. Jermell Charlo, as far as inside the ring, he want all the smoke, and he always down to fight anybody, and he make the best fights. He make the best fights possible in his weight division. He done called out all of the people. You know what I'm saying? Look, he already didn't beat Erickson Lubin, knocked him out. He was supposed to fight J-Rock, right? He was supposed to fight, actually, he was calling out J-Rock and Jarrett Hurd, and Jarrett Hurd actually lost to J-Rock, right? Then he wanted to fight J-Rock, and J-Rock went and lost to Jason Rosario. So Jermell Charlo had to go and clean up the mess. You know what I'm saying? Jermell Charlo had to go clean up the mess. Now, you running around here calling yourself Big Charlo. No, you is no longer Big Charlo. You know what I'm saying? You no longer Big Charlo. Because Jermell running circles around you, sir. Straight up. Jermell Charlo then ran laps around you. You talking about, yeah, Jermell, for real. That Jermell Charlo, he didn't ran laps around Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo already, if he didn't have that WBC belt right now, he'll damn near be absent. Because he ain't doing nothing exciting. Only thing exciting he doing is getting fights, getting into shit, you know what I'm saying, off camera. Popping on fight hype drunk and shit. Being hella disrespectful to his wife on camera. That's the only thing Jermall Charlo doing. Because it ain't nothing in the ring. And y'all smash the like button. Rolling Red, what's happening with it? Salute. G5, man, you already know. John Page, what's happening with it? Batman in the building. I'm gonna have to holler at you after this, Batman. I was actually intending to call you. I was intending on calling you earlier today. Boxing's True Serum, what's happening with it? Salute. Thomas Reed says, what did you do? What did he do to disrespect his wife on camera? If you ain't see it, I'm not finna repeat it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you ain't see it, I ain't gonna repeat it. It was on. It was up. He was hella disrespectful to his wife on camera, and I really don't even usually talk about stuff like that. But like what Jermall Charlo did was just some clown shit. So, you know, if the people that saw it know what I'm talking about, if you didn't see it, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, bring it back up and you know, really get into it. Drew Titan, what's happening with it? What's good with it, Big Drew? Off in the building. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know. But Jermall Charlo, at the end of the day, he needs to do something. He needs to do something very fast. Now, smash the like button. Everybody that's in the building, smash the like button. Make sure that you smash on the like button. Smash the like button. If you're in the building, smash the like button. I want to get into this. You know, we got a huge fight this weekend. Devin the Dream Haney. What's happening with the World Combat Sports? Salute. We got Devin the Dream Haney and Joseph Diaz. Now, last week, well, you know what? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna save all of that until after this because I want to talk about Teofimo Lopez, right? And a lot of people say, you know, I hear a lot of excuses being made for Teofimo Lopez by a lot of fans. They saying, you know, Teofimo was injured. oh, Teofimo was set up. He had to, he couldn't make the weight and all of that. First off, you know what I'm saying? And his daddy running around talking about, hey, hey, Poppy, they set my son up, bro. They knew what they were doing, bro. We should have listened, bro. We learned our lesson. Hey, they set my son up, bro. They know what they did. Like all of that, right? Okay. What are you really saying? What is you really saying? Are you saying that you learned your lesson, that you should have basically, took the, let's say, Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather route to where you should have, you should have listened to the matchmakers at Top Rank and picked and choose? Is that what you're trying to say? Because I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? He said so many things, but when you listen to what his pops is saying, what are you saying that, oh, we should have listened, we should have learned our lesson and this and that? Straight up, you just went and got beat. But see, the thing is, you were picking and choosing. You picked George Kambosos because you had a chance to fight Devin Haney and you went around Devin Haney. So I don't know how much more picking and choosing you could have did. See, people don't understand. You picked George Kambosos. You wasn't forced to fight George Kambosos. Yeah, he was your mandatory, but they gave you a choice. You could fight George Kambosos, or you could go ahead and, fight Devin Haney. And you picked George Kambosos. See, that's what people are forgetting. He picked George Kambosos. So essentially, you was actually trying to cherry pick an opponent that you thought that you can go in there and run through real fast, but it didn't turn out your way. So people say, oh, you can see that Teofimo Lopez, he was hurt. His elbow was hurt. Well, I didn't see a man in there with an elbow injury. I seen a man in there that was throwing shots as hard as he could. And the other fighter, George Kambosos, was taking all his shots. Why are all these excuses now? You know what I'm saying? Why are all these excuses for Teofimo Lopez now? Oh, well, it was the layoff. It was the layoff. He was out, you know what I'm saying? He had too long of a layoff. Well, let's see when the last time George Kambosos had fought. Because if my memory is right, he had over a year layoff too. Let's see when the last time he had fought. Since everybody wanted to say, oh, well, it was a layoff. It's been so many excuses, I can't even keep up with it. So let's see. George Kambosos, his last fight before Teofimo Lopez was October the 31st, 2020. So he had over a year layoff. Well, let me see. Yeah, he had over a year layoff. And then Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, they fought like a week or two before that. So they had the same time. They was out of the ring the same amount of time. So what are y'all talking about when y'all talking about, oh, well, it was because of inactivity? That's one of the reasons. It was because of inactivity. Well, George Kambosos had the same amount of inactivity that Teofimo Lopez did. So what was it? What was it? Because his daddy talking about it was, oh, they set us up. Well, how did they set you up? Because you went in there and you lost the fight clearly. I'm trying to understand this. I didn't see nobody that with a hurt elbow. How you throw shots that hard if your elbow? I've had an elbow injury to where I was having to get shots in my elbow. A bad elbow injury. I couldn't even hit the heavy bag like that. I couldn't hit a heavy bag like that. So how you throwing hooks and overhands and all of that as hard as you can with an elbow like that? I'm just asking. Floyd compared to Mayweather says, I didn't see any sign of ring rust in the fight either. They both came out fast and strong. I mean, when you come out and see, this is the thing with fighters like Teofimo Lopez and his pops too. His pops, right? They used to being able to go out, be explosive, hit a fighter with some, you know what I'm saying, with some powerful explosive shit, and the night is over. The night is over. It's night. That's what they used to doing. They did that to George Kambosos, but he was still standing there. So now, when you realize that he could take your power, that's when you have to go in your bag of tricks and you got to go to plan B. But see, the thing is, all of these excuses that people making for him, right? All of the excuses that people are making for him, right? The thing is, they didn't have a second plan. They had a plan A. They didn't have a plan B or C. Go watch the fight and listen to what his daddy was telling him. Every time he'll go back to the corner and he was losing the rounds, clearly, hey, Poppy, yeah, Poppy. You got that round, bro. Yeah, that was your round, bro. Now go out there and fuck him up, Poppy. Man, fuck this dude up, Poppy. That was your round, bro. And where Teofimo Lopez is just, he got his head down in the corner, and then he looking up and looking around. And at one point, he ain't even listening to his pops no more. Because he's like, man, I don't know what to do. This man in the corner, he don't know what to do. And we don't have no other plan. We had one plan. We were going to go out there and get this dude out early and go home. Nobody don't want to talk about that, though. It's all his elbow, his ankle, his weight cut and all of that. I don't want to hear about no damn weight cut. This fight was postponed since June. This fight was supposed to take place in June. So why are y'all on here talking about a weight cut? July, August, September, October, November. He almost had 5 extra months to make weight. And y'all talking about a weight cut. So last time I checked, right, I'm pretty sure George Kambosos don't walk around at 135 pounds. I'm pretty sure he had a weight cut to make too. And see, a lot of people talk, oh, his weight. Y'all never seen Teofimo Lopez up close and personal. I have. And he's tiny. He's tiny. Teofimo Lopez is tiny. So as small as he is, it shouldn't be hard for him to make 135 pounds. Especially if you're training and you know what I'm saying, and eating right and your nutrition is right. He's not big. People putting, oh, he's 5'8". That's a lie. I've seen him in person. So why are people talking about his weight cut? And I keep telling y'all, Shakur Stevenson, it fights at 130 pounds. Shakur Stevenson is a lot bigger than Teofimo Lopez. In person, he is. He's taller than him. He's wider than him. If you look at their legs, Shakur legs bigger than his. Like, what is y'all talking about? And if he's not disciplined, right? If he's not disciplined outside of the ring, that is not just going to be a problem at 135. It's going to be a problem at 140 or any weight that he move up to. Because you move up to 140, right? Now you're going to get used to walking around when you're not training at a bigger weight. You still going to have to, you're going to have to cut the same amount of weight eventually down the line. when you get used to walking around at whatever weight you're going to walk around at when you move to 140. That ain't the problem. Clarence McClain says, I saw Shakur in person. He is. Yeah, I'm not just saying this just to say it. Like, so with all of that being said, right? And I said, and Emmanuel H. in the building, salute to you. Crush the Legend, I see you, salute. James, salute. Clarence McClain, what's happening with it? EOS 35. So, and I said all of that to say this, right? His name was The Takeover. Teofimo Lopez, The Takeover. Him and his pops told y'all all the time, hey, bro, hey, Poppy, we coming to take over the whole sport, Poppy. It's The Takeover. Well, now, is Teofimo Lopez still going to be able to take over? He's moving to 140, he said, right? You know what I'm saying? His people making excuses for him at 135. Do y'all see him moving up to 140 and taking over? That's his name. Because if not, he's going to have to take the takeover out of his name. And he just going to have to start using Teofimo Lopez. So is he still going to take over? That was his name, The Takeover, And don't get me wrong, okay, right? This is the thing, y'all. He has talent, a lot of talent. He could fight. You know what I'm saying? So let's not get it twisted. He could fight. He's athletic. He's explosive. He got a lot of talent. But you got to have the mental, right? Because once you get to the top, to where you're going to have to be able to beat the other top guys that have just as much talent as you. Do you have the mental to deal with everything that comes with that? You see what I'm saying? He's going to have the mental to deal with everything that comes with that. And that's what I don't see. I don't see him being able to have the mental to deal with everything that comes with that. Right? And you don't have and a large part of about it is you don't have the right people around you. His dad is bad, like for real. When his dad is drunk and coked out everywhere, and you know what I'm saying, he can't control himself. How is he gonna come to the conclusion to where, and T.O. know his dad is bad. T.O. know, you know what I'm saying, T.O. knows that. You seen his face when T.O. didn't even want to be involved in the shit that his dad got into, right? When his dad was about to get choked out by George Kambosos' dad. T.O. was sitting there looking, and he ain't even want to get into it because he's used to his pops doing shit like that. He's used to his dad getting out of control and coming up in the gym drunk and high and shit. He's used to that. Look, if you go back and look at the video, look at the look on his face. He like, you know what I'm saying? He had to look like, man, there you go again. So the start of it is he going to have to, right? He's going to have to basically man up and say, look, Pops, I know you my dad, no disrespect, but you're gonna be my dad forever. But as far as the boxing, we're gonna have to part ways. It's not working. And it's hard because he been with his dad, his dad pretty much got him to where he is now. But like I said, a lot of guys get to where they get off of talent, and then and the people around you, once they get a little money, they don't know how to handle it. You could tell his pops ain't never had no bread like that. He don't know how to handle it. So if his pops drank before they had money, a little bit of money, what you think he gonna do when he get money? He doing a lot more now. If he playing with his nose, snorting cocaine before that, what you think he gonna do now when he can get more? I mean, come on, talk to me now. So that is the number one problem right there, right? Now, Teofimo Lopez, he's going to have to sit down somewhere, get around the right people, first of all. For him to, even get back, because he got a lot of talent. So we're not just going to throw him in the trash. And we're not going to just throw him in the trash and act like, oh, he's done. He needs to retire because he lost one time. I'm going to keep the same energy. I don't do that. I'm not, oh, he's done because he lost one time. Yeah, I was glad to see him lose and, all that shit he was talking. It basically, I don't even really care about the shit that he was talking, right? Because a lot of people, they're like, oh, he says this and he talk a lot of shit. I don't really care about that. Matter of fact, I like when a fighter can talk a lot of shit and back it up. But what I didn't like is the lies that he would come on camera and tell with fighters like Devin Haney. And then he would backtrack. And you could clearly see that he was going to duck Devin Haney. That's why I was so excited that he lost. Because you wasn't being the man of your word. And we saw that you weren't going to keep your word. Right? But we're not just going to throw him in the trash. Right? We're not going to just throw him in the trash. But he's going to have to make changes to be able to, get to the top if he can get to the top. Right? Because I'm not going to sit here and say that he don't have the talent to beat, a fighter like Zepeda or, maybe, beat a fighter like Jose Ramirez or some of the top fighters at 140. He got the talent. He had the talent in the amateurs. He been having the talent. But like I said, once you get to that level to where you around other fighters, because you passed that, right? Once you got in the ring with Vasil Lomachenko and you beat him, now you're past the level to where, you fighting other prospects or you fighting other, C-level competition, right? You passed that. Now, can you beat the rest of the B plus and the A level fighters that got just as much talent as you, but has the right people around them, has the discipline and the focus that you seem to be lacking? You see what I'm saying? And unless he makes some big changes, he ain't gonna never be the takeover of nothing. He gonna let his pops take over and fuck up the rest of his career. That's what's gonna happen. You dig what I'm saying? So ain't no excuses about, oh, he was injured. I don't want to hear none of that. Them men both had the same amount of time to train, to prepare for it. He ducked Devin Haney to pick George Kambosos. Hey. Southpaw Boxing 773 TV. He said Teofimo Lopez is a disgrace to boxing. Well, you can say that. Well, you can say that, on the instance that he gets on the camera and he lies blatantly, right? He lies blatantly. You know what I'm saying? He ducks certain fighters. So I would say that when it comes to that, but I'm not going to say that he had disgraced the boxing because he went out there and he lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he got an L on his record. But the way that he moves outside of boxing, like I said, if you're a man and you get on camera and you promise somebody something and you say some shit and you shake hands and you live up to your word, that's all you got at the end of the day. Once a man can't trust you for your word, bro, you pretty much, to me, I don't want nothing to do with you. Southpaw 773. He say, I'm saying that he think he's some type of superstar. Yeah. And his head got way too big. You see what I'm saying? But you could tell that he was so surprised. See, this is the thing, right? Yeah, and and that too, JA. You fake COVID and all, man. You've done so much of clown shit. But see, this is the thing, right? To me, he was shocked and he was surprised that he beat Vasyl Lomachenko, right? He prepared for Vasyl Lomachenko. He had a great game plan to go out there and face Vasyl Lomachenko, right? His dad hyped him up. But you can see by the way he acted after he beat Vasyl Lomachenko that he was still in shock that he was able to beat Vasyl Lomachenko because, yeah, he wanted to make himself believe. He was trying to make himself believe I can go out there, I can beat this dude. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give it all I got. And that's what he did. But somewhere deep down in him, he didn't really believe that he could beat Vasyl Lomachenko. So when he did it, he was in shock. He was surprised. So it's like the saying, you know what I'm saying? After that, he ran around acting like a nigga that ain't never had nothing. And that's how he was acting. He was so shocked and surprised. He was, oh, can't nobody touch me now. I just beat Vasyl Lomachenko. What? Can't nobody tell me shit. And that's exactly how he acted. If I beat Vasyl Lomachenko, I'm getting George Kambosos out of there in one round. Can't nobody tell me shit. I do what I want to off of one big win. He ran out there acting like a nigga that ain't never had shit off of one big win. Off of one big win. But see, what he forgot is he forgot that, hey, okay, you climb to the top of the mountain, but how are you going to stay up there? It was more work to do. Instead of him saying, right, instead of him being, okay, you know, you celebrate, you had your little victory parade or whatever, but then you get back to work and you say, look, I beat Vasyl Lomachenko, but I know that it's going to be a lot more work for me to do. Like, I still ain't really did nothing in my career. I still got a lot more to do. He wasn't going around like that. Oh, look at, I got all the belts. Look at all the belts. I'm this and I'm doing that. Hey, and they humbled his ass real fast. Went out there, you know what I'm saying? You didn't get to hold them belts too long at all. One title defense, them shits is gone. So, yeah, when he say he learned his lesson, because if y'all see the message he put up, he said, you know, I learned you learned your lesson. Now, the next thing that you need to do is take that step, have that talk with your pops, and part ways. Just because he parts ways with his pops, don't mean that he's parting ways with his pops. He's just parting ways with his trainer. And if his dad don't know how to separate that, you know what I'm saying? And his dad feels some type of way and don't want to have no relationship with him after that because he let him know that, hey, you know, I'm going to have to part ways with you as my trainer. Well, then he knew what his pops was all about in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. And y'all smash on the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all make sure that y'all smash on that like button. Miami Kid Jay said Teofimo leading up to the fight was seen drinking and smoking, also eating junk food. Teo was making elemental mistakes in there. He said he was making elemental mistakes in there. First knockdown, throws a jab, doesn't get his head off the line. Yeah, but see, the thing is, why are you drinking and smoking and doing all of that shit. I don't know. And eat junk food. I didn't see it. But if Miami Kid Jay saying that he was seen doing all of that stuff, right? And that if that is true, well, your pops is doing the same shit. So ain't that's on your trainer, right? Especially if that's his pops, to keep him in line and be like, hey, it ain't gonna be none of that. Why are you out drinking with him? You're with your son and partying when you know that he got a big fight ahead. Like I said, you got to get rid of the problem around you before you can continue to take those steps forward. Well, BK, salute to you, BK. But BK, you said his mind was in the 140-pound division, basically is what you said. He said this after the fight, they drained me. I don't give a damn what he said. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care what he said after the fight, right? And how was his mind at 140 pounds when he was still walking around prancing all of the 135-pound belts? Make it make sense. Why? How was his mind at 135-pound weight division when every time I seen him, he was holding up all of the belts at 135 pounds, jumping on the stage with Canelo, all of that. So we can't move the goalpost when you lose. I'm just saying. Shit crazy to me. One Ramos said he saw a video of T.O. smoking hookah. Yeah. Shit crazy. Zenith 360 was happening with it. He says, I don't believe any of the rumors about drinking and not prepared. No one claimed that until he lost. Think it's just a way to provide a reason for the loss. The reason for the loss, right? The reason for his loss, the bottom line, and he did not have a plan B or a plan C. He only had one plan. Go to the corner and listen to what his daddy was telling them. They didn't have no adjustments to make because they only had one plan. See, Teofimo Lopez, Vasil Lomachenko didn't make him have to go in his bag to go to plan B and C. Come on now. Y'all got to get real with some of this shit. Name me a fight where you seen Teofimo Lopez make an adjustment and go to plan B and C. Vasil Lomachenko didn't fight and start fighting until the 7th round, literally. George Kambosos, he made it so you're going to have a different plan than going out here thinking that you're going to knock me out with your punching power and explosiveness. Now, when that's not working, you got to go in your bag. You got to change up the game plan. They didn't have that. They had the same time to prepare. Teofimo Lopez had the same time to prepare as George Kambosos. So all of that other shit, I don't care about. I don't want to hear none of that. Straight up and down. M2M said, you don't see Josh Taylor acting like that. He says, Clown T.O. never seen him in public with his belt showing off. Yeah, Josh Taylor, he know he still got more work to do. And look at all of the work that Josh Taylor has put in. Look what Josh Taylor had to do to get those belts. He went through a whole tournament and fought some killers. He ain't walking around with you. You didn't see him on the set on ESPN Top Rank with his belts. His belts is put up somewhere in his house because he know that he has a lot more work to do. But salute, and Matt must shout out to the Philippines. Shout out to the Philippines. So it is what it is, you know. Like I said, it's gonna be very hard for him to get back to where he could use that name to take over. Cause 140, 140-pound division, unless some of these guys move up, he got problems on his hand. And let's not even talk about guys like Gary and Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell right there at 140 pounds, and he waiting on him. Bet you he ain't gonna get in there with him. And he know exactly who Gary Antoine Russell is. You know what I'm saying? Coach K, salute. Money Brown, what's happening with it? I see you in the building. Salute. So, you know, I don't want to hear none of that. Like I said, and it just really makes me sick when they talk about inactivity. Like, bro, these dudes was off the same amount of time. They fought 2 weeks apart from each other. Come on, miss me with that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gary Antoine Russell shaved that nigga leg. Real talk. he going there for, hey, let T.O. get in the ring with him then. Hey, Rafael Gutierrez said T.O. he said his daddy named the Hangover. We got the former takeover and we got the hangover. Hey, that's funny right there. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash my like button. Y'all smash my like button. I appreciate everybody in here, you know, coming through. Smash my like button. And now, so with that being said, you know, with that being said, right? Check this out. Check this out. We know that George Kambosos, after the fight, he said that if Devin Haney beats Jojo Diaz, that's the fight that he wants, right? He said if Devin Haney beats Jojo Diaz, that is the fight that he wants next, right? So I said, okay. We talked about it on here. I said, okay, bet. I said, I like that. I said, I like that the man seemed like he gonna hold his word. Boxing section TBS, my man Kyle in the building. You ain't got no wrench? Hold on. And make sure that y'all go sub with my man Kyle. Man, Kyle be putting on. He got the late night show. But it be going down over there on the boxing section. I couldn't stay up last night. I had to go to bed. Hold on. I got you right now, Kyle. Let me check on it. Because I can't see it from the screen I'm looking at in the StreamYard. I can see it. I got to grab my phone and see. Yep, I got you right now. Bam. There you go right there, Kyle. Damn, my fucking back, man. I've been having bad back problems. Shit. Hold on. Why Batman ain't got no wrench? Hold on, I got you, Batman. I don't know why Batman didn't have no wrench. And wrenches, don't block nobody if they got a difference of opinion. You know what I'm saying? But if they out of control and they just trolling, then get them up out of here. Yeah, Kyle, man, I was supposed to be there, but some things happened. I was supposed to be there to cover the fight this weekend too, man. But some things happened. I know you're gonna be out there. I was supposed to, yeah, man. Some things happened, so I couldn't go. But yeah, damn, I am back. Shit. But yeah. So anyway, like I said, I talked about George Kambosos. He said that he was gonna give Devin Haney a chance, right? He said he was gonna give Devin Haney a chance, and right, basically they were gonna fight for undisputed. He said he was gonna fight Devin Haney next if Devin Haney won or Jojo Diaz, right? Whichever one. Because I ain't gonna just delete Jojo Diaz like he don't exist, like he don't have a chance of winning. Because he do. But right, he said Devin Haney, right? He said, hey, I want to make undisputed with Devin Haney. But then you got Mauricio Suleiman. He runs his crooked ass up back into the equation, and now he talking about George Kambosos is undisputed. And what he did is he playing with Devin and Bill Haney. That's what he's doing with them. He's playing with them, right? He doing them wrong. Everybody can see it because now he gave George Kambosos and his whole team an excuse. Well, if I'm already undisputed, I ain't got to go fight Devin Haney to make undisputed if they already calling me undisputed. Basically, Mauricio Suleiman is basically saying that WBC belt that Devin Haney got, it don't mean nothing. That's what he's trying to say, right? With his crooked ass. So with that being said, why after this fight, if they beat Joseph Diaz, why are they still paying sanctioning fees for a belt that essentially they trying to make it like it don't mean nothing no more? Because if that fake franchise belt, that WBC franchise belt, if you making him and saying that he's undisputed because he has the WBC franchise belt, well then you trying to say that my belt don't mean anything. My belt's supposed to be the real belt, but you just changing shit on the fly, right? So that means my belt don't mean anything. So why am I still paying sanctioning fees for a belt that don't mean nothing? Devin Haney need to throw that belt in the trash. He beat Jojo Diaz this weekend. He needs to throw that belt in the trash. Because obviously, right, it's not helping him get no big fights. He had to, stay on Jojo Diaz's helmet for Jojo Diaz to take the fight. And for a small period of time, Mauricio Suleiman came out and said that Devin Haney was the WBC champ, that Teofimo Lopez wasn't undisputed. Then he came back and said Teofimo Lopez was undisputed. Then he came back and said he wasn't. Now you coming and now you saying that George Kambosos is undisputed. This man is all over the place. He lies all of the time. So just tell them F you and your belt and throw that shit in the trash. That's what he really needs to do. Because why are they still paying sanctioning fees for a belt that don't mean nothing? See, Mauricio Suleiman, right? They work accordingly. You know what I'm saying? According to who has it, then they'll act accordingly, right? So say if, let me see. Let's just say if Ryan Garcia had the WBC belt. Then Mauricio Suleiman, I guarantee you, they'll be like, oh yeah, Ryan Garcia is the WBC champ. If you want to become undisputed, you got to beat Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney got it. Oh no, oh no, Kambosos is undisputed. Well, Kambosos ain't got the WBC strap. He got the franchise. He is undisputed. Like, what is y'all talking about? Like, this shit is ridiculous. So now, with all of that being said, Mauricio Suleiman, they playing dirty. They doing the Haney's dirty. We could all see it. You know what I'm saying? So the Haney's, they need to take action and throw that belt in the trash and tell them to kiss their ass. Right? And what they're doing now is they giving George Kambosos a reason not to fight Devin Haney. Well, he's not the undisputed. I mean, the WBC belt is not going to make me undisputed. I already got the WBC belt. I don't need to fight him. Let's look elsewhere. Because they already know that Devin Haney is dangerous. Now, Mauricio Suleiman just gave another reason why these fighters are not going to want to fight Devin Haney. It don't make no sense. So why are you still paying sanctioning fees? Yeah, man, this shit hurts so bad. I'm damn near for to end this show. I'm trying to block it out. But it's been like that, man, like the whole week. But I appreciate you, David Williams, in that super chat, man. Appreciate you coming through, showing love. Yeah, Emmanuel H, you right about that. You know, you right about that. I don't know what it is, man, but I definitely do. I'm gonna get back on my my strenuous workout regimen too. Shit don't make no sense. Coach, what's happening with it? What's happening with it, Coach? Yeah, what's Ultimate Fight Club? My man in the building. What's happening with it? He says exactly. He said, and we all need to be on board with not supporting the WBC. Yeah, we do. They need to throw that belt in the trash, and we all need to back Devin Haney. We all need to back him. If, like I said, if he beat Jojo Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Because he still got to fight Jojo Diaz. Make no sense. I don't understand why you still, if they still walking around with that WBC belt and they threw that shit in the trash and they still paying sanction and fees and still rocking with the WBC like that after this Saturday, after they win, if they win this Saturday, like, what else can we say for you? I don't understand. Don't make no sense. So who's next? We hear Lou DiBella coming out saying that basically, you know, he wants Tank Davis for George Kambosos. We hear Lou DiBella, he coming out saying that he wants the Tank Davis fight for George Kambosos. Now, we all know that Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather ain't finna let Tank Davis go to Australia and fight no George Kambosos. So if George Kambosos, right, first of all, I want him to stand on his square. Whoever it is, Devin Haney or Tank Davis, whoever, right? Or if it's Jojo Diaz, if he, you know what I'm saying, gets the victory. Whoever it is, stand on your square. You said you wanted to fight in Australia. Now, if you decide to fight Tank, don't let Leonard and Floyd talk you out of taking that fight in Australia. Take his ass over there to Australia and fight him over there. But, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody deserve that. Tank don't deserve that fight. Real talk. Let's keep it 100. Devin Haney or Joseph Diaz, whoever win that fight, deserves that Kambosos fight. Tank don't deserve that fight because you ain't want to fight none of them dudes before. So I don't want to see you jumping up in the mix now. Now, we haven't heard Tank say anything about it. And keep it that way. Because you wasn't trying to fight them dudes for the belts before. Don't jump up in the mix now. That's all I'm saying. Right? But, Lou DiBella, he's trying to, he's calling for a Tank Davis and George Kambosos fight because he like Tank Davis is the bigger name. Okay, that's cool. But your fighter said that he was going to fight Devin Haney, so you need to stick to that word. Now, with all of that being said, I'm going to drop a link, and I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. I'm going to do it a little different this time. Right? I'm going to do it a little different this time. Blue Blood Sports TV, what's happening with it? Salute to my brother Blue in the building. So yeah, I'm going to do it a little different this time, y'all. I'm going to drop the link, but I ain't going to add everybody at the same time. I'm going to add one person at a time, say what you got to say, and then let the next person get in. I'm going to take a page from Fred's book. But like I said, I'm a beam in, hop on, let me know what y'all think about this situation, who you think is going to be next. And then, let the next person get on. But like I said, I can't really be on here that long today because my back is killing me. I ain't going to lie to y'all. Oh, shit. So if you want, let me know what y'all think about this situation. Who y'all think is next? Who y'all think is next for George Kambosos? Who next up? Who y'all think he gonna pick? If Devin Haney actually go out there and look spectacular against Joseph Diaz, it either stop him or win, by a large margin. Do y'all think that George Kambosos, you think that he real enough that he gonna keep his word just because he said what he was gonna do? Or you think he gonna backtrack? Or do you think he gonna backtrack and he gonna, go the route of a Tank Davis, or he gonna try to fight shit? I don't know. Like Tank Davis ain't none of these fights no easy fight. So none of them is easy fights. You know what I'm saying? It's like pick your poison. You want a hard hitting, explosive Tank Davis that can box too? Or do you want Devin Haney that's athletic, that have all the tools in the bag? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like pick your poison. I ain't gonna be mad with neither pick, but at the end of the day, let's keep it real. Devin Haney deserved that shit way more than Tank, because Tank and them, they wasn't trying to get no smoke. They wasn't trying to make the fights before. So like I said, if you want a link, jump in, grab a link, and let me know y'all thoughts. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comment section. Chainsaw Max says Kambosos is dreaming if he thinks he's going to beat Loma or Tank. Yeah, damn. I forgot about Loma, because Loma got a fight coming up. And that could possibly be a play too. What if Loma fuck around and you know what I'm saying, and just basically destroy the whole card? What if Lomachenko jumps in this and he gets the Kambosos fight? Because we know if Bob Arum wants anything, one thing that he wants more than anything is Bob Arum wants them belts back around Lomachenko's waist. I didn't even think about Lomachenko. I'm really strictly thinking about Tank Davis and I was really just thinking about Tank Davis and Diaz and Haney. Lomachenko. Y'all give me a minute. Y'all give me one quick second. All right, y'all. One say Loma would destroy Kambosos. He stops him. I'm putting my money on Loma. I ain't gonna lie. I'm putting my money on Loma. Like I said, the link there. Y'all can beam in if you want to. Let me see. I'm putting my bread on Loma. I still want to see Loma and Tank. I want to see Loma and Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? What's happening with it, Anthony? What's good with it?
Man, what it do, man? It's Bomb Squad all day. LDBC was out.
Already, what's happening with it?
Man, they finna get that shit to Lomachenko, man.
You think so?
If he win against Comey, yeah, they're gonna be like he deserve another shot at his belt and shit.
But I you know, Lou DiBella is the one that's running things. You know what I'm saying? Lou DiBella is the he's the one that manages George Kambosos. So if he got a good relationship, I don't know what him and Bob Arum's relationship is, but if they got a good relationship, that could be a possibility.
Yeah, I see that, man. Then I just watched Blue Blood. Shit, he talking about Kambosos' team already dissing Devin Haney. Like, come on, man. Even if he is the email champion, he didn't defended his belt like 2 or 3 times. Like, what are we talking about?
And you know why? That's because Mauricio Suleiman, his crooked ass, came out and said the shit that he said, and now he's giving George Kambosos and his team a way out. That's all he did. He's giving them a way out because for some reason we can see it. Mauricio Suleiman don't want Devin Haney to be undisputed. He don't. We see that.
Yeah, they definitely trying to blackball him, but shit, it's gonna be quite evident if they don't give this man a shot. Like, real talk. And I'm interested to see what Devin Haney has planned if they don't give him a shot. Because whatever he do, man, we're gonna be behind him 100%. But I definitely hope you throw that shit in the trash. And shit. That's all I had on it, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fall back in the chat.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for tuning in. Salute. Already. Salute. And Sheena in that super chat, appreciate you, Sheena, the queen. She said, try adjusting your computer chair / camera, flip your mattress, stretching and heat massage. Hope you feel better. Yeah, I'm finna, as soon as I get off of here, I'm finna do something. I'm finna put some ice on it or something. Take me some ibuprofens too. I appreciate you, Sheena. Let me see. Coach said he got Kambosos over Loma. I don't agree with that one, but hey, it's still a hell of a competitive fight. I don't see him beating Lomachenko though. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? We've seen much more crazy shit happen in boxing. Coach, what's happening with it?
What up, Key?
What's happening with it, Coach? What's good?
Ain't nothing, man.
You got Loma over Kambosos, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nope. I got Kambosos over Loma.
Why is that? What you see?
I got Kambosos over Loma. Loma is fighting over his weight. That's the problem with him. And Kambosos is fast. He got good feet, and he's athletic. Like I told y'all before, when he beat before with Teo, kid is athletic. He got fast hands. He can fight. And Loma is too small. Loma needs to be at 130. Loma don't need to be fighting at 135. Them dudes too big for Loma, bro. We see it. Yeah, he got past Linares, who's, as we know, been beat before he even fought Loma. Not only that, he's old. Loma's beating guys they're not on the elite level. Believe it or not, George Kambosos is an elite fighter. He shows it. You know, he's a good fighter, and he's too strong for Loma. That's the problem. Loma's not gonna hurt that guy, man. I mean, Teo was hitting that boy with some hard shit and couldn't stop him. His feet are good. He got fast hands. Loma's too small. He can't beat, and Loma's gotten older. People don't understand that also. Loma has become an older fighter. You know, so I got him over him. Now, as far as this Mauricio Sula, I think Mauricio Sula might do that because of YouTube, bro. I really do. I really think he do that to piss people off, bro. That's what I'm starting to believe. He does that shit to cause controversy, which is so unprofessional. That's why I told you, even if he get the Kambosos fight, you know, I got Dev over everybody at 135. I've said this over and over. Until Shakur gets to 135, I love both of those fighters, so I don't have a horse in the race in that fight. But everybody else, I got Devin over everybody. I've said this over and over because of his boxing skills. He can box. He's a great boxer, and he's getting older and he's getting stronger. So, and there's a reason why Lomachenko didn't want to fight Devin, because he matched him speed for speed, and he's much taller. So that's my reason why, you know. But if I was Devin, if he get the George Kambosos fight, because I think Devin gonna beat Kambosos. If I was him, I'd do like what you call him did. I'd do like Riddick Bowe did. I'd throw that shit in the garbage can, because the WBC, the corruption has to stop. And the problem with the problem with boxing is there's no governing bodies over all of the organizations. See, that's the problem. There must be a governing body over these organizations so that they can't just do whatever they want and just to get sanctioning fees, create new divisions and all that kind of shit. You know, that's the problem with boxing. The corruption is unreal. You let some fighters get away with some shit, and then you penalize other fighters. You know, right. Just like what the WBA doing with Ugas. You know, they would have never dreamed of doing that with Pacquiao. Never. And we all know it.
Did it. They would have never did it.
Right. And that's the problem. That's the problem that we have in boxing. There's no consistency across the board. The only one that comes close to consistency is the IBF. And that's real. The IBF, the only ones that come close to being consistent. You know?
Right. That's a fact.
You know, so that's the problem, man. These people, that's why those belts, and now we truly get an understanding of why Floyd didn't care about belts. You know? After he had won so many belts, he got to the point where I'm such a huge draw in boxing. I don't care about belts. I don't need belts. Till this day, just look, he fucking fought Logan Paul and still made millions. So that's the problem, man. There's no governing over these people as far as Congress, as far as they need to come up with laws so that they can't just do whatever they want and manipulate just to give sanctioning fees. There has to be a something even across the board for all of them. You know, you can't just come out with a franchise belt to avoid fighters. That's basically what it is. It's a duck belt. It's right. A duck belt. You know, Lomachenko got to duck. Canelo got to duck. And then you don't have it in every division. Oh, we just give it to the fighters that are elite. Well, that's opinion, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion that these fighters are elite or whatever. That's all opinion. So you can't just create a belt for certain fighters and then the other fighters in other divisions who's champions at WBC can't just, oh, I want one of them franchise things you got. Man, that's bullshit.
Right.
You know?
And
That's and you know, hopefully Kambosos is a man of his word, because I think that Devin's gonna beat the piss out of Jojo. To be honest with you, he's gonna box his eyeballs out. Jojo's too small. Devin's long, can box. IQ is supreme. So just it's gonna be worse than what Gary Russell did him. I guarantee you that. It's gonna be a beating. So, and Jojo is so susceptible to cuts. We've seen him over and over get cut. And Devin Haney's jab is something different. You know, as far as, you know, it's fast. As far as, you know, he's accurate and he's fast with his jab. You know, and the thing that get me with the hypocrisy of a lot of people I see online, because Devin took a good shot and got hurt, they look at it like, oh, he's chinny. Well, you know what? I guess Floyd's chinny. Floyd got fucking cracked, been hurt. Madonna cracked him in the corner and a bell rung, and he got the stanky leg. So what does that mean? In boxing, you're going to get hit.
You know, every time you get hit in boxing, somebody see you, you know what I'm saying, hurt a little bit, you chinny, you ain't got no jaw. So
you know he didn't go down.
If you don't got a jaw, I mean, if you don't got a jaw like Triple G or Canelo Alvarez, you chinny. That's, you know how boxing is.
Canelo's been hurt. He got hurt by Ricky Hatton's brother.
But you know what I'm saying.
Right. You know, everybody gets hurt in boxing. Errol Spence got hurt. Emmanuel Larte cracked the fuck out of him. Yeah. People get hurt in boxing. It's how you sustain after you get hurt. That's where you see a true champion. Do they go down and get back up? Or did he just get hurt? He got himself together. He tied up. He did whatever it took to maintain going in the fight.
Right.
That people don't look at that. You know,
I got Kwame, he in the background, then Batman in the back. So I'm a beam, let them beam in. But let me get your last words real quick, Coach, so I can get this in here.
I wanted to say this. It's crazy that a guy who's scared to fight people, who's backed out of 3 fights, got dropped in his last fight. And Ryan Garcia, who I'm talking about.
Right.
They don't say he's chinny and all of this bullshit. You know? So that's all I needed. That's all I wanted to say, bro. And I hope Kambosos is a man of his word. Stand by what he say. All right, brother.
I appreciate you, Coach, you know, all the time.
All right, brother.
All right. Let me get my man Kwame. I'm gonna bring you on, and then after that, I'm gonna bring Batman in, and I'm gonna wrap it up. Kwame, what's happening with it?
What's happening with you, Keon? How you doing, brother?
What's happening with? I don't know why I always call you Kwame Brown.
Everyone do that, man. It's cool. It's all good, man. As long as the first name ain't butchered, it's all good, man.
Right.
Yeah. So I agree with everything Coach said in regards to you know, with Devin Haney and the WBC. I think the WBC is on some bullshit. They don't even have franchise belts in every weight class. So, you know, it's just selected people who get these franchise belts, and it's a duck belt. But on the flip side, to the question that you asked, which was who do I think is next? I don't think that people have much interest, or I should say, like, belief. I don't think they have much belief that Kambosos is going to hold on to these belts for a long time. They don't believe that, and all these killers that they keep naming to fight him next, it's a very high probability that he may lose. So my guess is they may go after fighting Tank, because that fight will yield the most money. You know, that fight could be a pay-per-view. That fight would be just a huge fight. But even though I fuck with Tank, if that happens, the fight most likely, like, Floyd would be a hypocrite, like, if they fight on the zone, because they didn't do that for Tevin Farmer. But I don't think anyone really wants any parts of Devin Haney. I think the WBC is doing some bullshit, and I think that it's disgusting. What they put out today in terms of his belt and all that stuff. Like, I, I just it's just disgusting that this guy's been in line to fight Lomachenko. He's been in line to fight Teofimo Lopez, and now if he's in line again to fight Kambosos and it doesn't happen, I mean, it's just disgusting. But my opinion, I think the smartest. If I was Lou DiBella, I'd do the fight with Tank because I don't see how much money I'm going to make off of Kambosos. I'm talking from a business perspective. Like I don't see a long term investment with Kambosos. I don't want to call it a gimmick, but it's like he has all the belts. He's undisputed. He earned it. He beat Teofimo for it. But I don't see him beating any of the top guys in the division. Me personally, I
Yeah,
I don't I don't see it.
I agree, man. Because like I said, when I studied him and went back to watch his fights, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see nothing special. I
Right.
saw a tough fighter that had some skills, but it wasn't nothing that just stood out to me. So I
Right.
was like, oh yeah, some of these top dudes is in danger. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I said this before when I watched Teofimo versus Lomachenko. I said that Teofimo Lopez he's a really good fighter, has good power, but I don't find him to. I think he lacks a little bit in the intelligence department, and that showed up in this fight. And the reason I made that assumption is I saw when he had the most success against Lomachenko's when he went to Lomachenko's body
Mhm.
in that fight. That's when he went to Lomachenko's body. Lomachenko did not want to engage or anything like that, and he stopped. He stopped going to the body. He let Lomachenko get back into the fight again, and then he went to the body again, and Lomachenko stopped fighting again, and he didn't keep doing it. So there are things that I saw in Teofimo Lopez where it's like he's not fully aware of everything that's going on, where other fighters can process those things mentally, in a fight. And the fight against Kambosos, he was very erratic to me. He's fought very emotional, very out of control. And Kambosos, he was just up for it. He wasn't scared. He was prepared, and the best man that night won. But in terms of Kambosos being some type of big draw, he's not. He's just someone holding on to the belts until they could cash him out the biggest way they can.
That's what the whole 135-pound weight division. That's kind of what you can see. That's kind of how they look at him. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But hey, whoever fight him, they better prepare and don't take him lightly because we seen what happened to Tio.
facts, facts. I
Yeah.
appreciate it bringing me on. Thanks, bro.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you and let them know where to find you at Kwame.
Oh yeah, you guys can find me at Loyal to the Game Boxing on Facebook and Loyal to the Game Boxing and Sports 2 on. Oh, excuse me, Loyal to the Game Boxing on YouTube and Loyal to the Game Boxing and Sports 2 on Facebook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Always, always. Let me get Batman up in here now.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bat, what's happening with it?
What's up, kid?
What's good with you, man? Let me read this super chat. My man David Williams in that super chat, he says ibuprofen, heat, or ice will most likely reduce the inflammation. These things are treating the symptoms. Back stretches will treat the cause, get better. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'm sure gonna get on it. Soon as Batman get done, I'm on it, man. This shit. But Batman, what's happening at 817? What's good, Batman? What you got on that, man? What you think? Who you think next? Who you think George Kambosos and them are gonna go with next?
I mean, it seemed like George Kambosos is a man of his word because I know after the fight when him and Demetrius Andrade met up, met up in a little restaurant. Somebody was calling him undisputed. He was like, "Nah, the future undisputed." So I guess he's going to try to go and get the belt from Devin Haney, but Lou DiBella, his manager, so it might be Lou might say, "Man, let's get the most money out of this." But Floyd, like you said, I don't think Floyd and them gonna go to Australia and fight on the zone.
Right. So Batman. So he was saying that after the fight, like, oh no, I'm not undisputed, because Devin Haney got the WBC or whatever. But then after that, Mauricio Suleiman run his crooked ass up in there. Oh yeah, he is undisputed. George Kambosos is undisputed. Now they're announcing him undisputed everywhere, and it seems like that they doing that right to throw that shit in Devin Haney's face. And it looks like that they're doing everything they can so they don't have to call Devin Haney undisputed, and they giving George Kambosos a way out.
I mean, they ain't got to call Devin Haney champion.
Right. And essentially the Mauricio Suleiman is giving George Kambosos a way out. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that belt, if I'm already undisputed, why I gotta go fight Devin Haney? He don't mean nothing now. That's what they trying to make Devin Haney to where he don't mean shit.
But that's what they trying to do. But when I get off Kambosos, he's a man. And he know what's going on. He ain't falling into the trap like Teofimo Lopez tried to do that bullshit. Oh man, that's the email belt. Nah, if that's the case, fucking what's his name? Fucking Jermell Charlo got an email belt. I mean, come on, man. If you gonna respect Jermell Charlo, you gotta respect Devin Haney. But like I said, motherfucking, like Coach was saying, man, boxing is corrupt. Everybody knows it. I mean, like, if I was Devin, like I'd be telling my brother, he need to throw his belt in the trash. Because this shit ain't working for you. Come on, man. These motherfucking sanctioning bodies, they do what they want to do. Motherfucker somebody need to come and take boxing over, man. I ain't even with no shit like this, but motherfucking somebody need to come and correct this shit, man. Because it's crazy how people can get addicted in this sport. You put your life, sweat, and tears, your fucking all them hours in the gym as a young man, all them hours in the gym as a kid, Devin, my brothers, all these guys got to go through that shit. And then when you get to the show, to be denied by other people, not your abilities to win, that shit crazy.
Right. So what you think if shit? What you think if Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe and them, they slide up in there? What you think, if they slide up in there and go ahead and take that fight?
If I was Kambosos, I'd take that fight too. It's more money. Man, this shit about, and for real, fuck them belts, this shit about making money. The most money you can make.
Right.
I mean, you saw what Floyd did. Floyd ain't care about no undisputed or none of that shit. He was caring about checks. Every time he fought for one of them belts, he gave them motherfuckers right back. Because it didn't mean nothing, because he was the money man.
Right. Coach said the real email belt is the franchise belt, and that's a fact because they made that shit up.
Yeah, they made it up. Man, they ain't make it up. De La Hoya and them made that up. They called Mauricio Suleiman and told them they need to hell of a belt for Canelo because he's a franchise, and that's why they did that shit. And then Bill Hank and then Bob Earn called for Lomachenko's franchise belt because Lomachenko never even fucking defended the belt before he even got a franchise belt.
Right.
But
yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, so you gotta blame these promoters for real and the WBC and the WBC for even going along with the shit.
The WBC, I mean, man, these sanctioning bodies is the worst. They're the worst of the worst.
I want to know what they get paid under the table.
Right. So, like I said, if Devin Haney go out there and beat Jojo Diaz, he needs to have a trash can sitting by the ringside, right? They need to bring it in, spit on that belt, and throw it in the trash.
Nah, this is what I do. I'll wait till they give me all the hat, the shirt, and throw all that shit in the trash.
Right. in front of everybody. Do it in front of everybody. Let them know.
In front of everybody.
And let them know why you doing it too. Let them know why you doing it.
Cause you know what I'm saying. I mean, I don't dislike Devin, but I don't think with coach and all of them think he is. But
I mean, yeah, that's just your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my opinion. But
it's
the
a
way
lot
they
of fighters that a lot of people think that they just this is, and I don't think the same way. So you know.
Yeah, but the way they treat them, that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? The way they treat them,
they doing them dirty.
Yeah, I ain't some like Teofimo Lopez, his bitch ass going along with that shit. He a bitch for that. But you know, I'm glad I'm not glad, but you know, he lost, and hopefully Kambosos can be the man that he's claiming to be, that he want to be great, and the people's eyes, not for the WBC, not for the WBO, the IBF. He want to do it for the people. I mean, that's the type of man I'm getting out of him. And if I don't think he'll take the Floyd fight if Devin willing to go over there to fight and over there where he at. Because it looked like he's a prideful person. He want to fight in front of his people. So,
well, I mean, Kambosos, he deserved to fight it. He just anybody that want to fight him next, he deserves to have a fight in Australia. He earned that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Earned it. You know what I'm saying? He earned it. But I know for a fact. I mean, I can't say I know for a fact, but I damn near, you know what I'm saying? I'll bet my house on it that Tank Davis, right? That Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe would not let Tank Davis go to Australia and fight that man.
I mean, you right. Look, man, then they say they fight, he'll be a hypocrite because he say he only doing in-house fights.
Right. That's why I'm saying. That's where I was getting to earlier. If they jump in the mix, well, then they're hypocrites. Because you wasn't trying to jump in no mix when nobody else had the belts.
Yeah,
right?
You kept on saying how
when Lomachenko had him, you didn't want to jump in the mix. When Teofimo had him, they didn't want to jump in the mix. So keep it cool. That's why I haven't heard them say nothing about it, and keep it like that.
Man, look, man, they not trying to put Tank in the ring where as though they feel as though Tank is superstar already. The 250 he be doing, that's great for them. Mayweather getting most of that money. So I mean, it's like who wouldn't do it? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it because I'm a cold man. I want to see my son fight the best. But as a business person, who wouldn't do it? Who wouldn't? I built a superstar. People gonna come see him. I don't care who he fight. So you think I'm gonna fuck that up? He ain't nothing but what, 26, 27?
27, yeah.
I got 3 more years doing this shit. He turned 30. That's when we gonna try to feed him to the dogs, man. Get the most money we can get.
Hey, yeah. I mean, it's what it's looking like, bro. We'll see. That's what it's looking like.
Or they gonna wait till Tank last fight of that contract is up. Because if I was Tank, I'll bow my contract right now because they already made me a superstar. I get all my money.
But see, what people don't understand is that if Tank wants that fight, he gonna have to go to Australia because Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, they ain't finna pay for Tank to get no belts. It meaning they're not gonna pay Kambosos enough money to have him make the fight over here. And if they do, if they go out of their pocket basically to pay for them belts, something like Eddie Hearn did when he sent Joshua to fight
Parker.
What's his name?
Parker.
Charles Martin, right?
Oh, Charles Martin.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn. Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe ain't gonna do that. And if they do, they downright hypocrites. They hypocrites if they do that. because it go against everything that they talk about and say it is.
So who he signed with?
Who?
He's not signed with a promotion company, Kambosos.
DeBella.
All right, so he can fight on any network he want to fight on.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, the only thing they'd do is try to fight on Showtime and fucking fight in Australia.
I don't think they're gonna fight in Australia, bro. I don't think that they'll let Tank go to Australia because they like, okay, well, if Tank can't get him up out of there, they're afraid that they're gonna get robbed. And
Tank gonna get robbed.
And Tank having the O on his record is everything to that TMT promotional company because Tank is all they got. And the way that they promote Tank is that he's the superstar, he's the best fighter in the world, he is the next thing to Floyd Mayweather. They do all that, and they use that because he still got that. Oh, they ain't gonna let him go over there and get robbed because it's always a possibility that one of these dudes is gonna go 12 rounds.
That's why Tim Tszyu trying to get what's come over there. Ben trying to get Jermell Charlo. I mean Jermell, right? Yeah, Jermell Charlo.
But Jermell Charlo ain't no dummy. Why am I gonna go to Australia to fight you? And I'm the one with you know what I'm saying, with the belts.
They was trying to give him 10 million.
He still didn't do it though.
Yeah, he still ain't do it.
You know, he still didn't do it because see, he thinking like, okay, if I take the 10 mil, right, and I lose my belts, and then you know what I'm saying, then I get another L on my record. How much money I'm gonna make after that 10 mil? Especially, you know what I'm saying, how much money I'm gonna get after that?
Nah, I mean, if he put up a good fight, I guess he gonna still be the same fighter.
But do you know what I'm saying? That shit don't mean nothing, especially when you over there with Al Heyman and he only giving you one fight a year anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they turned Antoine Russell into a 1 year fighter. That shit crazy.
Bro. And bro, and dude's still a prospect. How you got a prospect fighting once a year? Make that make sense. How do you have a top prospect fighting once a year? A prospect is supposed to be fighting at least 5 times a year. 4 at the very, very, very least.
Yeah, 4 to 5 times a year, like you said.
Yeah. So how you got an up and coming prospect and he only fighting once a year? Man, miss me with that shit. But that's a whole different story, man. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. My back killing me, bro.
I see you over there, man.
Yeah, I'm moving around like a little kid and shit. Let me get your last words, man.
Man, I wish the best for Kambosos, man. I'm just trying, like I say all the time, I ain't got no horse in the races unless motherfuckers one of my brothers, man. I just be want to see great fights. I don't care if he fight Tank. I don't care if he fight Devin. He might fight Jojo. But if Jojo win, they might make that happen. If Jojo Mexican, yeah, they might make that happen real fast.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking they might make that Joseph Diaz fight real quick if Jojo win. I was thinking the same shit.
Hey, man, but other than that, man, I just want to see great fights, Key, man. That's all, man.
Right, man. I appreciate you, man. You already know what it is. I'm gonna hit you up too in a minute, a little bit. But everybody, make sure that y'all smash that like button. Make sure that y'all smash the like button. Get the likes up before we leave the building. Smash the like button. Y'all already know I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. And I appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love and support. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.
And I'm gone.